A study involving stress is conducted among the students on a college campus. The stress scores follow a uniform distribution with the lowest scores equal to 1 and the highest equal to 5. Using a sample size of 55, first let's find the probability that x is less than 2.7. So before I move on and try to plug things into a calculator, I need to make sure I understand how to find what is the mean and the standard deviation of the information I have here. So it's a uniform distribution, which tells me that my mean is going to be the upper minus plus the lower divided by 2, which gives me 3. Our standard deviation is the square root upper minus lower squared over 12. And these formulas can be found in the section we covered on uniform distributions. Now I'm ready to answer question 1. I want to find the probability that x is less than 2.7. So for question 1, what we're going to do is I have my mean, but my sample standard deviation is going to be the standard deviation 1.15 divided by the square root of 55 because that is my sample 55. 55 scores. So I'm going to go ahead and do this division, and I end up with a small number 0.1551. I'm ready to go to my calculator now. Enter my mean of 3. Enter my standard deviation of 0.1551. And we're looking for less than 2.7. So I'm going to select this one that has the left. And in here, I'm going to type 2.7. And it tells me that probability is 0.0265. This third question right here, this third question also goes along with what we did in the first, except we're going backwards this time. They want us to find the 80th percentile. So to go backwards, we type the 80% here, which is 0.8, and the corresponding x value would be at 3.13. So the 80th percentile would be at 3.13. And that's the stress score that is 85% of the data, right? From 85% and lower. 80, sorry, I keep saying 85 because the next one's 85. All right, so now we're going to do the sum. And what's different with the sum is that our mean now is we have to take into account the size of our sample here, which is 55. So we're going to take 55 and we're going to multiply it by that mean of 3, which gives us 165. Our standard deviation, instead of dividing by the square root of 55, we're going to multiply, because that's the formula we've been using. And we get a standard deviation of, multiply this out, 8.529. So now I want to find greater than 170. So I'm going to select the side for greater, which is on the right here. I'm going to change my mean to 165. My standard deviation also changed. It's 8.529. And we're looking for values greater than 170. So the probability of picking a value greater than 170 would be 0.2789. This last question here asks us to find the 85th percentile for the sum. So finding the percentile is going backwards. So I can click in this box, type 0.85, And it tells me the 85th percentile for the sum is at 156.16.